WandaVision episode 3. I am super excited, y'all. So let's go through it. My name is Levon Gittins, urban fantasy author, and welcome to my channel where we talk about monsters, mankind, and madness. But we also do reviews on fantasy and comic book related drama. So let's talk about WandaVision episode 3. Review, recap, and maybe some Easter eggs. So the episode starts off with this doctor who's sitting in their living room trying to give them some advice on their magical baby that just happens to be from a resurrected robot and a supernatural. I don't even know anymore what they're doing with Scarlet Witch, supernatural kind of person, someone who invents their own pregnancy. And he's sitting there and he's like, "Oh, well, I guess it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, you seem like you a little 4 months in, but I guess it's fine." Then he leaves. After comparing babies to fruit, which I thought was a little inappropriate because, I mean, we eat fruit. So as the good vision escorts the doctor out, he sees his next door neighbor, what's his name, Herb, with like a little chainsaw, you know, the ones that you use to like shave your bushes. But he's going in the wall, like straight up cutting down in the middle of a brick wall with a chainsaw. So Vision is kind of like, excuse me, you alright, bro? I mean, like, think you missed the hedges there with your chainsaw. And the guy's like, yep. And he continues to do it. Strange, everyone. That's very strange. So he gets back in the house, and Wanda is even more pregnant than before. It's only been like a few seconds, and she's even more pregnant than before. So when Vision starts to ask, some more questions about it, he's a little bit more inquisitive. He's like, something is wrong here, Wanda. Why you keep getting more and more pregnant every second? She reverses time again, starts it over, where he doesn't ask that question. So then they start preparing for the babies. They start fixing the house up, preparing for the baby, and it seems like she really can't control her powers, like, at all. So she's sitting there, fixing the house up for the child. She's going like this, fixing up the crib, fixing up, the whole room for the child, doing whatever she gotta do. But it seems like her powers are still like uncontrollable. For example, she turns these butterflies that are sitting there on the child's mobile into real butterflies, and then she opens the window and she's like, "Get out!" Weird. You just can't be doing that. You just can't be giving life to things like that. So since she's having this baby super fast, it's looking like she can't control herself. She's destroying the house. The house is acting like it's haunted by a poltergeist. Pictures are spinning. She's making it rain and pouring it out. Making it rain and pouring it out. Busting pipes in the whole neighborhood, shutting off people's electricity, making everything about her. So Vision is freaking out. And he's like, "Oh, I can't take this. You're going crazy." So Wanda teaches him some breathing exercises. And I'm sitting here like, since when do you breathe? I thought you was like this robot android person. You got lungs now? You breathe? So as Wanda's sitting there and she's making it rain and pouring it out, she announces, actually, this contraction is real. The baby's coming now. Coming right now. Vision over here, he tries to call the doctor on the phone. However, ain't no phone service because Wanda done knocked out the power cables everywhere. She did it. But you know what? I'm a little disappointed in Vision. I thought you was the most powerful computer like in the universe. Why you couldn't use Bluetooth and call the doctor? You should have found a better way. You could have fixed the phone, dude. You could have been your own phone single. I would think that you would be more powerful than my iPhone 6. So Vision decides that he's gonna physically go and collect this unqualified doctor. So he runs out the house, super speed, leaving poor Wanda sitting there with her magic and ridiculousness. Well, after he leaves, of course, Geraldine comes over. Geraldine comes over, knocks on the door, and basically just walks in. I don't really understand how Wanda just keep letting people just walk in her house like that. You needed an invitation. You needed an invitation. I'm from Brooklyn. You can't just walk up in somebody's house. So she walks in the house, and Wanda trying to hide her pregnancy, because at this point she's like 9 months pregnant, her belly like this, and she's still doing magic or using her powers. Whenever she has a contraction, she don't know what she's doing. be happening whenever she feels like the baby, something happens. So Geraldine, she starts making it about herself. She sits down on the couch and she makes herself real comfortable. She's sitting there like, my boss and I just got promoted and you know what, I'm having a good life. But Wanda mistakenly makes a stork real because I guess she can make things real now. So she makes a stork from her baby's kid's wall, like a painting on the wall, turns it into a real stork, and that stork is being really annoying. So she keeps trying to vanquish this stork, but it's not really working because who the hell knows? She's like in a pink smoke. It's not working. And the stork is really being annoying. Like he's walking around, picking at people's stuff, trying to get the most attention that he possibly can. But it doesn't work. And Wanda ends up going into labor right in front of Geraldine, who we can't trust, but she's going into labor and magic is happening all over the house. It's looking like it's some kind of supernatural get down. Stuff is spinning around and she's sitting there going into labor right there. So she ends up having the one baby and Vision shows up and he's a little upset. He's like, oh my gosh, am I too late? Like you already had a baby. But I'm more upset than him because I actually read the comments and I'm like, wait a minute, only one? Don't y'all do this? We all know that Wanda has 2 kids. But before I threw my computer out the window, she had her second baby. Thank goodness. Because if you don't read the comics, you might not know that Scarlet Witch actually has 2 kids and they both LGBT. Just saying. Especially Wiccan. He the most. So Vision goes outside for a second and he sees Agnes. Remember I told y'all to watch out for Agnes? So Agnes is sitting there talking to the neighbor, the black neighbor, the one that was sawing the wall down, the brick wall down. He saw the brick wall down for no freaking reason. They're over there and it looks like they're talking smack. They sitting there like, and Vision's like, hey guys, what's up? You're looking mighty suspicious. I mean, he doesn't say that, but that's the vibe I got. I would like to know the same thing. Why y'all over there looking mad suspicious? Whispering. For what? At some point, we end up getting a commercial. Hydra soap. Hydra soap. Hydra soap. Have you guys seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Hydra soap is a real thing. And look at what it does.
I knew if anyone would understand, it'd be you.
I would have figured it out a long time ago if it wasn't for the mind control soap.
Yeah. Wait, what?
That blue soap everyone uses? Hydra loads it up with chemicals. It seeps into our bloodstream and plants false memories into our brains. They want us to believe this is a magical place. But don't worry, I'm clear. I make my own soap now.
No, I think that you're talking about Project Tahiti. They mess with your head a little bit, which is why you probably remember some things. But why don't we put the soap theories on hold just for 1 second? Okay.
So it's pretty obvious that everybody's involved. As Wanda is watching over her little LGBT babies, her gaybies, Geraldine is there, and they start discussing. She goes, well, I was a twin too. Yeah, we all know that. She goes, I had a brother called Pietro, and he was killed by this Ultron people. Geraldine talking about some, oh yeah, I know that. Wanda's like, what you mean? Can you explain yourself? What you mean? Like, you can't just say something like that and let it go. Geraldine tries to hold it down. Let me hold the baby. She keeps trying to play something, but Wanda's not letting it go. She said, how do you know this? Meanwhile, Vision, her man, is outside talking to the neighbors. The neighbors, Agnes, and what's that black guy's name? Hugh. And she's sitting there and she's like, don't trust Geraldine. She don't got no man. She don't got no house. She don't got no backstory. Don't trust Geraldine. Don't trust her. I don't trust you. Because you seem like the girl, if you know the comics, Agnes is her name. However, Agatha is the one who trained Scarlet Witch. So I don't trust this little Agnes. So then Wanda notices Geraldine's necklace. Y'all know what that is, y'all? Not mom, but hers. Y'all know what that is, y'all? That is from First of all, I thought it was some kind of like demonic stuff. It looked like an upside down cross to me. I was like, oh wow, you up here with the devil? But no, it's actually a sword. You know what the sword is from? Sword and Shield. If you don't know who Sword and Shield is, do you know who Shield is? Okay, well, there's also a sword. The sword is basically Shield's alien outer space version. So Wanda's sitting there and she's not taking no for an answer. She's like, how you know my brother? Tell me about this. You ain't gonna get away with this. And Geraldine's like, I don't want to say. Well, Wanda had no choice. She used her supernatural powers to pull a straight up Karen. She teleported her into a military base where she got arrested. And that was the end of the episode. She pulled a magical mutant straight up Karen. And that's how it ended, everybody. I mean, what do you think? Pretty strange. I mean, I hope that they really bring in the mutants sometime soon, because the mutants are my favorite. I mean, the X-Men are my favorite Marvel superhero team. So I really need them to come in as soon as possible. Do you think WandaVision is going to bring in any new mutants, or do you think they're just trying to plan for the Young Avengers? Let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and do all that cute YouTube stuff for me. And I hopefully will talk to you soon.